Hold up, man, you know what I'm saying? So I be telling these niggas, man, shit ain't the game, man. Shit
Tell them,
real.
with the power, don't give it 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 with the head up above, activate me, don't give it with the power, don't give it with the power, don't give it with the power. Don't give it with the power. Don't give it with the head up above. Activate me. Don't give it with the power. 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 Don't give it with the head up above. Activate me. Don't give it with the power. 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 Don't give it with the head up above. Activate me. Don't give it with the power. Don't give it with the power. Don't give it with the power.
We out west with it, where we live illegal, leaning off a leader, riding regal, tipping scales like Libras. Inhale, no L's, pulling out blocks like Jenga. In the rear of a Caprice's Billy Rams, flicking decent nonetheless. Nothing less than tens for the speakers. You'll hear us before you see us with beats that beat the streets up. Yeah. So try and keep up and keep it low key, cuz police try and treat us and keep us on a leash, cuz that's how they see us, thinking we nuts. Cuz we'll die for the ground beneath us, because this land made us. This land made of players that stay on paper. That's how we came up amongst the mayhem to the day when we display what we made of. The game could never change us, the West Side teaches. On these streets where you find that D before G. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Smell the grind in the air, take a whiff. Only the nose knows the aroma. Compose the money rolls that fold up, holding cold cups. Searching for those that got the purple O's for the $4. And we could go nuts and stay at the stove like grocers, and post up with O's on the table like coasters. That's how the game coached us, made us all in the soldiers. Now that dough is the focus, so know that we own this. Molded by the hood role models, riding good, the latest model, drinking good, raising bottles like we just missed a pothole. You got to know that it's impossible to stop our flow. We've seen it all from watching cops reload 30s a dro while drinking the night away until the block got slow. You'll know as soon as you see us, we the ones laid back in the cut. My demeanor seems to always give me up. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Yeah, home of the survivor, survival of the fittest in the town. It's wicked, you could J down in a minute. What am? What's the business? The biz is how you down and get it. From Cape Town to Fifth City, the sounds of Fifth's empty. When we tipsy, it's risky. Where the lick be, at least 10 deep, it tempts me. But there's no mystery where the chips be, the tips G. Just our history from the 60s. Pimping ain't easy, but we bleed it. This here game is in our veins, in the air we breathe in. Believe this, it's no game. But the key is your mouthpiece, spit your game. But believe, turn nothing into something. We suffer without supper long enough. struggling from summer to summer. The same place where the dope is sold. It's home to the Oprah show. The same place I know is home. We out west with it. Back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it. Riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches. But we turn struggle into
Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream refinery, father of civilization, and god of the universe. Not the planet, of the universe. And then they said, nothing is spooky? Now that's spooky.
Yeah, check it, look, so I faded dark, play at the start, play my part better than a good kid, play at the park, stay away from the knock, unmarked and undercovers, cops, police, whoever after the brothers, uplift black mothers, encourage the dance to stay, what you wanna do tomorrow starts from the day, before you get paid, how much you gotta pay, along with dudes, get it right, don't be confused, keep cool, 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 cool. Cool is something you need to keep the heat is real, but don't be hot in the streets. Streets is watching, police popping everybody off, cause the rats speaking and talking. Too often it happens like black on black crime. Another brother killed with time like flat last. Too many women giving brain, now they lack mass. Too many artists in the game with rap raps. So these dope tracks, nigga, dope raps. Ayy, play this, get some all that. Yeah, play this, get some all that. Go, play this, get some all that. It's just hip hop, black facts. Play this, get some all that. Yeah, play this, get some all that. Okay, play this. Check it, look, the guy conscious, open the ass in the morning. Open mouths get fed, so money, no yawning. On the Blackberry storming, cautious as a warning. Bullets leave you wet when it's raining, it's pouring. Hope you ain't snoring, sleep in peace. Food for thought, don't get fed to the belly of the beast. Don't be the feast, infected like yeast. Snitches' tongues get cut out, just saying the least. However, I speak my pieces if I talk with a gun. Hotter than the devil when he walk in the sun. Go get it, get the money if he walk in the run. Don't matter long as outcome, run income, get it done. What need to be done, go do it, nigga. Explore all options, be a tourist. Learned about self, better than the Buddhist. This a hit this, get addicted to it, bitch. Dope tracks, dope raps. Play this, get some all that. Yeah, play this, get some all that. Play this, get some all that. It's just hip hop, black facts. Play this, get some all that. Nigga, play this, get some all that. Go, play this, get some all that. Dope tracks, dope raps. Play this, get some all that. I say, play this, get some all that. You need to play this, get some all that. It's just hip hop, black facts. Play this, get some all that. Nigga, play this, get some all that. Bitch, play this, get some all that. Yeah. TAC. The high and conscious. You was cool. True Hill Crusaders. Let's go.
Notice the Entourage DJs are taking over the game. The Midwest invasion is here, and the true Midwest mixtape king is giving it to you. It's DJ G-Spot banging your mixtapes right now.
You are now listening to the Myth Mixtape. DJ G-Spot and Mick Lou, Chi-Town's finest. It's definitely representing South Side, West Side, stand up.
Yeah. They honor my persona, see my coat of arms, cloaked in armor, live and die by the code of honor. The honorable, known as Mick the Conqueror. My mantra is that of a monster. My vengeance is endless until you extinct like a condor. What you think I was armed for? I'm knocking at harm's door. Molded by the force, call me the Black Mamba. I'm putting up numbers like Kobe in the garden. My thoughts is thoughtless as I talk shit, and there's nothing as heartless as my heart lies deeper than the darkness that dwells where the sharks live. You sleeping with the fishes, but surfing with the marlins. On the surface, I'll unleash the carnage till you search till you starving, searching for a market. I'm the pit boss, tally up your losses. Your fate is sealed way before the card flips. You marks ain't shit. Topic of discussion, they ain't talking about nothing. Keep their noses in the sump, y'all ain't talking about shit. I hear them wolfing in the whispers, snakes in the grass. We ain't thinking about your ass, y'all ain't talking about shit. Fucking lying, I ain't buying, ain't nobody even trying to hear that dumb shit you kick. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Find yourself some business, get yourself a life. Skedaddle, motherfucker, y'all ain't talking about shit. Unlike the players, y'all engage in betrayal. So brave, do anything for the day they can slay you. So devious, even if you can't even see the hate. I don't need to plead my case till you please. I seize the day. Feast off your mistakes from the cleanest of plates. Palate of a pharaoh, it's all seasoned to taste. A vision of perfection, at least 3 in my face. Fanning me with feathers, tease me with grapes. I can't conceive defeat, nor will I concede the race to these conceited lames that can't believe my pace. So intrigued by my intriguing display that intrigues the brain, there's nothing left to say. Hands down, I lure them to attack like cash is the allure of a champion with my banner in the rafters. Topic of discussion, they ain't talking about nothing. Keep their noses in the sump, y'all ain't talking about shit. I hear them wolfing in the whispers, snakes in the grass. We ain't thinking about your ass, y'all ain't talking about shit. Fucking lying, I ain't buying, ain't nobody even trying to hear that dumb shit you kick. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Find yourself some business, buy yourself life. That motherfucker, y'all ain't talking about shit. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. 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 With drapers that keep liquor stores tipping from Rothschild's 111 to Sunset on Division. Prestige, famous liquors know our names when they see us chiefin'. Wang and speakers, we came for at least a leader. Peep the procedure, we breeze in. Ante up like MOP then, grab what we need and we ain't leaving till we descend. It's yak in the air and I'm fiending for a fever. That rim thing on my pimp game, preach like deacons. I might tamper with a sample of that privilege. I had a staff grab a half a gallon handle of that vintage XO. Love you dig and we can gamble with them digits. Past the Cavassier, sipping straight till we finish with it. For sure, player, grab about 4 Vegas with bottles and black bags, rotating with no chasers. We gon' player posted like we in the paint. Where the cups grab the ice, bless the bottle and pass the drink. Stay posted on the land, getting busted with my mans, with our cups in our hands. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Taking shot after shot in a car with a bottle out west, spinning blocks. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. You can make mine a double, whether yak or the bubbly, don't matter, just keep them coming. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. It's the Chi-Town tradition. Welcome to my city, let me show you how we kick. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. What you finna do? I'm finna get loose, sip on some booze. If you with it, we can kick as soon as I slip out the booth. We can cruise through the city limits and slip through the loop. Soon as I'm finished, give me a minute, then I can slip into you. Picture the mood, let me get you in tune. This how we do. I'm a bend, rolling that bluish, ooish, sticky, yeah, ooh. We can spin through the window and see what that Remy do. I know a spot on Madison, I got Henny for 22. Let me slip inside you while we slide like listen shoes. Listening to the newest exclusive, include the music, get you in the mood. In the nude, out them denim blues while we drink on. In between songs like interludes, gotta thank him a fool, cause I'm trying to see you. In between sheets and covers like interviews. From the news till you reach the pinnacle, seeing sights you never knew. Tonight you ready? I'm outside ready to make that move. We stay posted on the land, getting busted with my mans, with our cups in our hands. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Taking shot after shot in a car with a bottle out west, spinning blocks. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. You can make mine a double, whether yak or the bubbly, don't matter, just keep them coming. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. It's the Chi-Town tradition. Welcome to my city, let me show you how we kick. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Killed the corner from a pint I had last night on the corner with bags. To them people was on me flashing they flashlights, but I was on it. I'm knowing they trying to act like they own it, cause they roam in these streets. It's just the facts, right? They ain't on nothing anyway. Any day is tough when you hustling just to get a plate at dinner tables. That's why we drink away pain with fists, thinking of ways to raise our chips from days on tips to fade. And niggas with clip butts, changing shifts or shaving nicks with the blades with the razor tips. I'm trying to stay legit and let my paper lift off the flip from my greatest hits on laser disc. As I take a sip, 2 cups past wasted, a bottle on the way, I can't resist the temptation. I'm already been in the demonstration, of course I'm waiting while the drinkers bless the court with they stay posted on the land, getting busted with my man, dance with our cups in our hands. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Taking shot after shot in a car with a bottle out west. Spinning block. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. You can make mine a double, whether yak or the bubbly, don't matter, just keep them coming. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. It's the Chi-Town tradition. Welcome to my city, let me show you how we kick. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. City like the Hawk do, Black Hawk adjustable, keeps my mind thoughtful. Ain't no middleman, I'm the one you need to talk to. If you want a chance, I suggest you make an offer. Making an advance off a hoot, nah, you lost, fool. That type of talk, turn you dogs into dog food. Goofy, you a goof. Get your ass out, move. Acting like a whoop. You softer than a poop do. Ain't no 50-50, both your options is a lose-lose. I ain't got no love though, laughing while you boo-hoo. I care not for teardrops, the pity that consumes you. Pitiful piece of shit, that's how them dudes do. 415s, fuck around and knock the screws loose. This flow is schizo, your boy gone cuckoo. Yeah, I flew the coop too, you knew I had to get loose. Gun smokes the network, plug you in my Bluetooth. How can I shine if I don't try? If this is really mine, then why must I? Search for why it's so hard to find what I'm looking for. I stay in it, I'm on my shit. I can't stop winning, no, I can't quit till I make it to the time. Till we make the time for the list. Give me my spot, fully aware, living life to the fullest. I'm full of myself. Yes, I earn the right for me to pull it like triggers that trigger bullets. I bully the beat, take downs from baselines, snatch fails from snares, smack temples on cymbals. Hi-hats beware. It sounds so simple, sounded so clear, so real, like Real Madrid. I do it for kicks, yeah. Them scary cats are scarier than scared. Make a pioneer near the top of the tier. On my square ×2, and I ain't leaving till it's square. With a flair so debonair, debutantes gotta stare. Cause I flaunts without a care, carefully with the air of an heir to the throne. All alone in the chair, in my lair where I lay up, laying another gem. Invisible man, then I reappear. Raise your glass, make a toast, cheers. How can I shine if I don't try? If this is really mine, then why must I? Search far and wide, it's so hard to find what I'm looking for. I stay in it, I'm on my shit. I can't stop winning, no, I can't quit till I make it to the time. Till we make the time for the list. Give me my spot. Hey yo, my music is addictive to the user. I let the rush soothe them, they tune in, then I school them. Listen, homie, this shit ain't real, it's just illusions used to fool men, women and child to confusion. Start running wild, changing views when niggas think they winning when they losing. Caught up in movements, moving foolish, letting life fool them, betting they life losing, trying to better their life when vice moving, cruising, grabbing clicks and cruising, bagging chicks and dudes off tips with slick maneuvers, turn OGs to broke D's and hungry crooks. Stand sideways, my way giving me funny looks. That's why I hide my money in books. They scared to learn, allergic to words, swerving towards murderous curves. In the dark, working the curve. I'ma still shine cause I'm the light, and I'ma burn to my purpose to serve. Knowledge is power, and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain the balance between your soul and the body and control. It's the science. Knowledge is power, and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain the balance between your soul and the body and control. It's the science. Pussy on the brain, T-bone steaks, a pint of dog, light in the jar, pushing cane on the paper, writing bars. Lines are similar, the scars that run deep. I've been involved in the race since the beginning, running these streets like Kenyans when it was dark with no heat. Used to spar with the stars before I nod to sleep. I hardly speak, it's hard for me, but all I see from the broads and the cars on this dark-end street, parts of me from the heart is hard, and Mars was deep, starving for the part when we would start to eat. Since Marvin argued deep with an armory of harmony, charm in my father's feet, calm them, alcoholic talking, constantly walking through the valley with his arms on me. I've been here since life in itself, good versus evil in the hood with my people, fight myself. Knowledge is power, and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain the balance between your soul and the body and control. It's the science. Knowledge is power and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain the balance between your soul and the body and control. It's the science. Quiet is kept, my words kept, minors and vets. Higher than pilots and jets. Behind the sirens and tech, shorties crying out west. It's been a war going on since Osiris and Set. Before man acquired the text, written in stone on walls. It's all laws and the signs of commit of how society slept in the eyes of the best. The science of life and dying, look at the desires of flesh. We lost while we floss the boss signing the checks. While we all buying the best, diamond shines on our necks. Wet with blinding effects, the kind that remind me of blinding baguettes. In a timepiece, then a time lead. Make time freeze, live and direct. In 60 seconds, time me. It's hardly a heartbeat. A heartbeat, the thing that separates my mind and my flesh. Rewinding my steps to where I first started. Of God, knowledge is power and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain the balance between your soul and the body and control. It's the science. Knowledge is power and ignorance is bliss. It's the wisdom that shines through the visions of the mist. The main challenge is to maintain the balance between your soul and the body and control. It's the science.
Hey, this is Jason Kidd, and we're rocking with the Bigs.
I'm Chris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
This is Mark Cuban.
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's In It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, I can hear it loud and clear, but
can you hear me a little? I think you can hear me now, Gino.
There we go. I can hear you. I could only hear on one side of my headphones. I think it's this. It's not y'all. It's not Ron.
It's the mic connection. But now, good morning, everybody. You are officially back down on the soil, rocking with the Bigs live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. I'm rolling as usual with my player partner Eugene McIntosh. Was good, bro.
What's the Benoski on this Friday, this beautiful Friday AM, man?
Finally a beautiful day. It's been cold these last few days while you've been there Wrigley, bruh.
Hey.
But I seen some 80-degree forecasts in the weather, in the plans for next week, bruh. So it's gonna get hot real quick.
And then it's probably gonna go right back to 50 after that.
All I saw was the 80s, and I stopped right there. I'm like, let me just embrace
vision,
that.
Huh? Okay.
100%. But no, Gino, what's going on, bro? How you feeling today, man?
Man, it's all good, man. Happy to be here with the family members. Our boy Ron Rilla holding us down behind the boards.
Yes, sir. What's up, my boys?
Chilling like a villain. If in the words of Herb Howard, I'm going to guess I can use Herb and both of their sayings, man. Blessed and highly favored, as Cousin 2 would say.
Quick borrow.
And like Herb says, if I what did he say, Ron? If I was any better,
I feel any better, I sell myself.
Yeah.
I don't know about selling myself though. That's some harem Herb talk right there.
Hold it down, Gene. Hold it down. Don't put yourself out there on the string. So
no, I'm decent though, man. What's the word with you, brother?
Man, ready for another White Sox homestand, bro. Like literally got up thinking about that this morning. Listened to a couple of White Sox podcasts from the guys yesterday just to kind of see what the temperature of the fan base is, bro, because I feel like the White Sox, even though I feel like the White Sox don't have much to worry about, but I feel like the fans may feel otherwise, and I'm just getting ready to tap back in with them because it's been about a week and a half since I kind of tapped in with the White Sox fans. So
what's the stretch? What's the home stretch this time?
It's looking like the Rangers. I said the Tigers were at first, but they're coming after the Rangers. So it's the Rangers, the Tigers, and then the Indians.
Is it a 9-game, 10-game? Do you know?
They're off on Monday, and then after that they go all the way through next Sunday. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
okay,
one of those real baseball stretches before they get back on the road again. So, but it's some good news. Hopefully they get Adam Engel back this homestand, bro. We've been missing him since the spring. And if he can come in and kind of shore up some of the defensive woes in the offense, in the defense, then, it'll be a welcomed addition. Not to mention, he's a solid back. So hopefully they can get him back on his homestand, kind of shore up what's going on in left field, because I feel like Tony La Russa, bro, he has to cut from the bottom. He got to stop playing Leury Garcia so much.
Where is he throwing
left
them
field,
all over?
Infield. Pretty much one of the first guys off the bench for this team right now. And I've been looking at the squad, bro, and I feel like once Adam Engel comes back, then he shouldn't play at all. I mean, you got Andrew Vaughn, who I feel like how I feel, should be out there every day in left field. But then you got Billy Hamilton, who's better than Leury Garcia.
Is Billy Hamilton up now?
Billy Hamilton's been back and looks good. He's running smooth. But then in the infield, bro, Danny Mendick is better than Leury Garcia. It's like, I don't want to see no more Leury. All right, Tony. So, but that's just one of the things I'm looking at amongst the plethora of things on this next White Sox homestand, bro.
Yeah, man, get ready for the grind.
Straight up marathon, bro.
It's definitely been a grind at Wrigley these past 6 games. Good thing Cubs swept the series yesterday.
I have to say, they coming off a sweep, bro.
Yeah, great win yesterday for the guys. Something me and you talked about. Hey, shout out before we continue our sports talk. Shout out to the Tribe and Rome J. The brothers were featured on We Real Chicago yesterday. We had a great hour with Rome J. Shout out to Rome. Shout out to Tiff. Shout out to Morgan and all those great ladies over there at the Tribe holding it down. They're definitely doing big things. But, it's what we talked about on the show yesterday. And like I said, man, when the Cubs are playing, it was an extra inning game yesterday. And same thing, cutting down on swings, having a decent approach. And we can get into the all, official baseball talk later. I don't want to get all into it now. But when those guys are playing like that, believing in each other and just keeping the train rolling for the next man up, good things will continue to happen for a team who's basically seen it all the last 5 to 6 years. So good sweep for the Cubs over the Mets. Got the Milwaukee Brewers, who are in first place in the NL Central this weekend.
Okay.
And if they can pull off another sweep, the Cubs will be in first place after this series is done. Yeah. But you got to take it one game at a time. Can't look forward.
Definitely got to take it one game at a time. That's the best. I feel like that's the recipe with most things. So if the Cubs can find a way to kind of slow things down, then good things will happen. Honestly, I feel like a sweep of the Mets should not go, unnoticed. That's a pretty nice series for the Cubs.
Yeah, pretty good offense. Pete Alonso did go deep a couple times on the wave.
It's Pete Alonso. Yeah.
Bombs. But yeah, definitely they were able to hold Francisco Lindor in check, hold a couple of their other tough bats, at bay. But the Mets defense, they was looking like the Roseland Little League Mets instead of the New York.
I'm glad you didn't say JRW, bro.
No, JRW actually would look way better than the Mets did this week.
We was nasty with the leather on the other side. Yeah.
No disrespect to the Roseland Little League. I mean, even though Southside, we used to bang Roseland, Rosemore. Jackie Robinson West was the only team we ever had problems with.
Yeah, we played Roseland a couple of times, and I got a couple of cousins that played on Roseland.
So yeah, let's fire some strays.
It was more like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, let's fire some strays at the Roseland.
Yeah,
Little
got
League,
to. Even though I got love for the Hunters, you already know.
No doubt, but the Mets, they stunk it up defensively, so it was only right for the Cubs to take advantage of those guys. So looking forward to baseball in the shot this weekend, man. Sox get back on track. Cubs continue where they left off last night. And let's keep this party rolling, man.
Yeah, man. You know what, Gino? Speaking of the Brewers, and of course, I feel like we got to touch on what we've been watching over the last couple of days. I caught up a little bit on the food that built America, and I watched the episode.
Did you get them all? Are you done?
I'm not done. I got the cookie episode left, so it looks like the story.
No, you got two there. You got
I jumped ahead. I've seen the latest couple of episodes.
See, I haven't. I think So what were the latest two?
The latest two. I'm having a brain fart because I went back to the hot dog episode last. What was the other one? The latest one about?
Did you?
Let me. I'm drawing blanks on that one.
What's
but
our show
I
called?
watched the Nathan's the origin story of Nathan's.
Yeah.
And Pabst with the cheese and the depression.
Yeah.
And that, so I saw the Brewers logo in my head because Pabst was
PBR. Yeah. Yep.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. And man, like honestly, the genius behind some of these brands, bro.
The ice cream empire. You saw ice cream
with the frozen. Yep.
And the TV dinner. See, I didn't see either of those.
The TV dinner one was good about finding out how to freeze food to a point where you can ship it and it still be good and it doesn't rot on you. So that was that Swanson, right?
That is.
Yeah.
And so that's because in season 1, I think, wasn't there one about frozen? What was they freezing fish?
They tapped, but that's how they got to frozen dinners.
Exactly.
He was trying to find a way to freeze fish so that it didn't rot on him.
Exactly. So
they definitely touched on it. Yep.
So you got to, let me see.
Did you see the Pepsi and Coke episode?
Of course I did.
And how Pepsi blew the bag with Mike and lit his hair on fire, bro.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I saw that
with the actual footage of the man. Oh, that was terrible, bro.
I'm trying to find chip dynasties. We saw the chips. We saw Cola Wars. Godfathers of fast food. We saw that one. So the TV dinner, the ice cream.
The ice cream was the last one, wasn't it?
The ice cream is the last one.
Yeah.
TV dinner is 10. Ice cream is 11. Godfathers of fast food is 9. So I'm feeling like 8 had to be the hot dogs.
No, 9. The Godfathers of fast food was the hot dog one because it was the White Castle story.
Yeah.
And the Nathan story, and right before that was the Pepsi.
So
Wars.
I got episode 10 and 11 left.
Man, bro, honestly, like who would have thought? The story behind these brands is so wicked. But the Pepsi and Coca-Cola war, that was some real. They chose violence a couple of times against each other. You know what I mean? That was the gloves came off between Pepsi and Coke a couple of times. And honestly, I grew up a Coke fan. You know what I mean? And
really?
Yeah, I really never had Pepsi in the house ever. It was always the red cans.
You could pour a can of Coke on a corroded battery.
I learned that in college, and it works. We tried it out, and it totally works.
Really. Don't go buy a new battery for the Nissan when it goes bad. Go get you a 2-liter of Coke.
Woo.
Pour that boy on there. Put your battery back in the Nissan.
It's gonna look brand new, bro. It's gonna look brand new. You ain't even gotta rub it off. It's gonna come off.
And that's what's going in your body.
And that's the reason when you drink Coke, you get that.
Pepsi too. It's like you gotta like Marty Mark.
That's why they drink powder.
If it ain't hitting right, then it's Coke watered down, fam. But I had to take a break from the Coke because at one point in my life, it was literally all I was drinking. I drank it with every meal. Like that's how much Coke I was drinking, bro. Like legitimately, I was I was addicted to Coca-Cola.
But you saw the way they pushed it. Like not what choice do you have? Because obviously you have choices. But when stuff is force fed to you, you start to believe it, and it becomes a part of your life.
But then don't forget that it started as a medicine. They were using Coke to as a medicine in the medical field, and that's
heard that too
with Coke.
Yeah, bro.
With real.
I don't know what they were trying to fix. But I'm guessing that it didn't work. So, yeah,
the food that built America, man. If y'all haven't seen it, man, it's a dope. The reenactments, I feel like, even though the knowledge and the information is like A1, I feel like the reenactments are A1, man. I love the actors.
The Campbell Soup episode, I see the comments they saying the condensed soup episode with Campbell and tomato soup and everything. Yeah. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah,
really.
They was ready to go to war too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of war going on, even in the family, like the brothers and the.
Why family splitting up over the stuff? It's like, can't y'all get money together? The Kellogg brothers.
The big brother always trying to treat the little brother, and the little brother get fed up, and he like, you know what? I got something for you.
Yeah, yeah. The same thing happened with the Pabst brothers. You know what I mean? They was leaving the company and coming back to save it. So. Yeah, man. I guess generational wealth. We hear that word a lot.
You hear those millions of billions that these companies are now worth?
That they came from, and they started with one person, 2 people. You know what I mean?
Right.
I definitely told my girl, I'm like, we need to travel a little bit and see what the untapped food is and bring it back to the crib and go crazy with it. But
because America is definitely that place.
But now, you know what? Let's jump into the first break real quick, y'all. We'll be right back. You're kicking it on the soil with the bigs.
Yep.
WIIFTBP.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
As I take a sip of this fifth that makes me shiver, you could probably sail a ship on this river full of liquor. We stay afloat where hope drowns in addictions, a potent mixture. This is the picture that depicts us. We live it up, giving what we were given, gave our all, refused to give in or give up, willing to risk it all. Gee, we lived on a tip drunk, dug deep in the trenches, shit, we knew what the risk was. But of course, again, it's the same story when shots fired in the alley hit shorty valedictorian. Where's the support for him, the less fortunate? Another life lost, another day in court again. 20 years for the defendant for any sort of grin. Ward of the state, he was raised in the orphanage. To where it all began, the source of it. Empty cupboards, floorboards, no money for the store again. That's all he knows.
Just where I come from, all of what I've learned, most of what I've done, I owe it all to the people that I love. I hope you're proud of me wherever I go. I'm from.
It's all political. What you tripping for? The richest ones get riches from the rituals. On the tip with hypes, tippy toe. For a fix a blow, getting dough. Running every type of give and go. No Philip drumming in these different strokes. Where we come up on these risky roads. Pray for a pot to piss in for the kitchen stove. Criminal capers just to get us on. Bagging up the same order that gets us gone. Thinking maybe one day we may hit that goal. Until then I'm outside of time, flipped and sold. Grabbing bagels from the sick go on Cicero. I see a visual of them, people frisking, bro.
We are back on the soil, kicking it live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. Gino, before we go any further,
what's the Benoski?
Lay down the law for the people.
Man, you already know what time it is, man. We need y'all to smash them like buttons, smash them share buttons, hit the comment section and join the conversation like y'all always do, man. The comment section and all of the shows on the network be lit up. So we appreciate y'all joining in, making these conversations what they are. And, man, you know how we do over here, man. If you do not own the Black voice, it's all about the ownership over here, man. We are all we got, man. Like, we can't keep letting these people, these culture vultures in my Dame Dash voice, these vultures continue to tell our story, man. The more and more we let them people tell our story, the more and more and more and further and further and further it gets away from the actual factuals, man. So continue to support the network, continue to support the shows, continue to support everybody, whether it's sending stars, whether it's buying merch, whether it's telling a friend to tell a friend, whether it's just sharing a page, whatever form of love and support that you can show the brothers as well as everybody else on the network. It is very, very, very much appreciated. So with that being said, much love to the family members, man. We appreciate y'all, and we got nothing but love for you. In my LL voice, I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Oh, come on. Get me dancing in here real quick. Man, speaking of getting us dancing, Joe, I mean, another rap icon passed away just yesterday, man.
Man, Joe.
Shock G, bro. The one that put the satin on. Come on.
That's crazy to everybody. Anytime somebody says that, that's the very next line. Like,
too smooth. It just rolls off the tongue too easy, you know? 57 years old. Apparently, he's been in some pain lately. As far as the family, you know, in their statement yesterday said. But man, as far as I'm concerned, Gino, man, one of the most fun personalities in rap that I can remember. And of course, again, a dude that was a little bit before my time, but all I remember are the images of this man getting it in, you know? What's your thoughts on the great Shock G, bro?
Man, I just remember the time. Again, that was the 90s, man. It's like we talk about hip hop, and I always say that, you know, I feel like even though my introduction to hip hop was probably LL. I mean, obviously the Sugar Hill Gang and Melly Mel and the Furious Five and all of those guys. But I was a little kid then. But I remember having those records, Beat Street and all of those records early on. But my introduction to hip hop was probably LL Cool J, I'm Bad. That was probably the first rap that I memorized word for word. And it was like, damn, this is crazy, you know, and the images and all of that. So when I fast forward, I think LL might have been 84 or 85. So when I fast forward to 1990, and you think about like Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby,
boom,
and
boom, 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 boom,
and Hammer, you can't touch this, you know.
So when you said Vanilla Ice, you should have said the White Hammer. But yeah.
I love Vanilla Ice. Ice Baby
Yes,
was like, that was like.
Oh, come on. I grew up, and we're not going to go on Vanilla Ice
Right.
too, but I grew up a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. And
Wow.
in the live movies, you get Vanilla Ice with the, all of that. Oh, come on, G. All of that. Yes.
So you just think about the times, man. You think about
Special times, bro.
Yeah, you know, that era. But then when you think about Shock G and you think about Digital Underground and you think about the Humpty Dance, like the sound was just, it was totally different. It was, you could call it gimmick because obviously Humpty was a gimmick, but the sound, the lyrics.
It was a real alter ego.
It was.
You
That's
know
what I'm
I mean?
saying. This was something that had never been done before. So Humpty, we thought Shock G and later on, we thought these were two different guys. We thought Humpty was like a real person.
I don't know when I realized it, but I know that I had to realize it.
You
Like, these
were
are the
not
same
alone.
dudes.
You were not alone,
Yeah.
bro. So when I just thought about that era and I thought about the Humpty Dance, and also we know Shock G introduced pop. He produced some early pop records and basically brought
Legendary.
pop to the mainstream, man. So, you know, just another legend. Like Shock G was a legend. Like these are guys who are legendary. You know, obviously X, BR last week, and now Shock G. These are guys who are legendary and who they have a mark. They left a mark. Like you said.
The game wasn't the same after they got done
Anytime
with
somebody says it's Shock G, you know, it's Shock G.
I didn't know he was the producer that he was. I didn't know he produced
man.
so many tears.
Yes, man.
Pac, G,
Early
come
Pac,
on.
Joe. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, just sad to see another one of our hip-hop icon legends and guys who I grew up on just gone out of the blue, man. So, R.I.P. to Shock, the Humpty Man. Man, Joe.
And you know, you say it's gimmick music, but maybe it's because I was younger, but that was always like a great sound to me. Like the scratching on the track, you know what I mean? What part of the song is? Oh, do it, babe. Yeah, come on, G. All of that was cracking.
And then Do What You Like, that was another hit from Sex Package, Digital Underground's first album, Sex Package. That man, Sex Package was hard, Joe. Do What You Like was like the second. Dude, like Digital Underground, bro. Like that was a special time in hip hop, man. Like you really had to be there. You know, it's just like the same topic, not argument, not even debate, just the same. I always tell you, it's like I'm not about to argue with you about reasonable doubt. If if you wasn't driving, if you wasn't in the streets
Does
listening
it
to
count
Illmatic.
if when I started driving, I was bumping Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah, well, when did you start? Exactly.
No. I started listening to Reasonable Doubt in high school.
No,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah, like I was like at least 14, 15, 16. Around the time I started driving, I definitely went and bought like the classics. But you know what I mean? But I was a history dude.
Right.
I went and bought Reasonable Doubt, Ready to Die, Disciple of the 36 Chambers. Like,
But
I was digging through the crates.
And that's dope that you actually went back and did. You know, you came in the basically in the middle of these guys' careers, and then you doubled back to get
my first hove that like that was mine was the Blueprint.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I remember the September 11th. You know
and
what I
that
mean?
was what, 01, right?
That was the September.
So you were
11th.
11
Yeah.
or 12.
I was 11, and
So-
I remember the lead up to it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
But and that's my point. It's like when you reach, because that's what I'm saying. I was born in '76, so when you think about the time, like I said, '85, I was 9 when LL came out. So then when you think about 9 versus 12, it's like now 12, you like putting you like
exactly
getting your own clothes and learning how to do things on your
Like,
own.
we out
forming
here
your
for real,
own
like,
thoughts. So
yeah.
now I'm getting to hear Rakim, KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions,
That's
Public
crazy.
Enemy.
That's crazy.
And now it starts to help you formulate your thoughts and
Oh, yeah.
ideals and stuff. So then when you get to 15, 14, 15, now it's like I said, now you got NWA. Now you got Digital Underground. But then you got Hammer and Vanilla Ice and all these other things. And it's just like the growth of hip hop.
Yeah, man. At 14 and 15, I think I had the Miss Jackson Outkast. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like Stank On Ya, all of that when we was buying the albums just to get the naked women.
Okay.
On the CD cover, like
Yeah.
that was huge for us.
Yeah, man.
But of course, then it was nothing but mixed CDs
Yeah,
that we was
mixtape.
burning
Yeah,
ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that era. That's what I'm saying, bro. If you growing up in different eras, like hitting the, I'll never forget hitting the streets when It Was Written came. Like I told you, the guys looked to me because it was only a couple of us that knew, that had the relationship with Great Scott Records on 95th and Jeffrey, where we could go
Okay.
get the albums dropped on Tuesdays.
Yep.
But we could go to Great Scott. If we got there on Thursday night between 7 and 8 when they closed, we could get the album that Thursday night. But if not, we'd just double back on Friday and we could get there anytime. And you know, it was only a few of us. Like if there were people in there shopping for CDs, we would have to wait till they leave,
Before
and
you
then we
bring
could
the
get
good stuff out,
and then he would go bring up. But I'll never forget getting that Illmatic. I mean, that It Was Written, because it came out July 4th of '96.
Okay.
And I'll never forget having it that Friday and hitting the streets, riding up and down 95th, pulling up on Mars, holding the It Was Written out the bumping that, got my windows down,
Yes,
bumping
sir.
that It Was Written. And, you know, it was just like that was that era. So it's like if you didn't come up in that era, you can't possibly understand.
And then I feel like you're talking about the originators. You're talking about Nas. You know what I mean? Like, you know, him dropping It Was Written, that's some next level stuff, G. At 16, what was the first thing we had in the whip, bro? It was definitely like Jeezy, that Thug Motivation 101.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, those
Port
are
of Miami.
different times. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
like
that Ross. Yeah, bro.
those were different times. I can only imagine if I was 16.
Bruh, hustling,
yeah,
blasting out the whip real quick. Oh yeah, that was my senior year at Seton Academy, bumping Port of Miami, Young Jock. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was 16 when that came out, and definitely Thug Motivation 101. That's probably like the top album in our high school years. When did Get Rich or Die? Get Rich and Die Trying came out my 8th grade year, and that was like if I had to say what was the most burnt
03?
CD, that was 03.
Okay.
What was the most burnt CD of my my childhood? It was Get Rich or Die Trying, bro.
Yeah, that was a
Muggs needed that. I cracked it. I need another one, bro. I got you. I'm gonna burn it tonight. I got you in the morning.
Hey, you know, and we could, you know, anytime we start talking about hip hop, we go down a rabbit hole. But man, you know what I was listening to the other day, man? I was in the crib in absolute tears. Like,
what was you
tears,
spinning, Joe?
Crying, laughing so hard. Like, it was the first time I had ever heard this song. Curtis.
Oh,
by Cam.
Curtis.
Oh, man, dog. Oh, man. I was in the crib crying tears, man. Cam might be the most disrespectful.
Oh, yeah.
On the diss song side, man. Curtis.
What was he saying to 50, G? Like
he said, and I was listening to, I can't think of the other song when he was going at Hove, because he told him
the camel lips and shit.
And he told him he was rocking Sean Cletas with jeans. And then he told him his publishing should go to Miss Wallace. Cam was so disrespectful.
Damn.
He was so disrespectful. But Curtis, Joe, the video when he had the Arab dude saying when he was just pulling up on people having them say Curtis.
Yeah, Joe.
And the Arab dude was like, Curry. Like, oh man, dude. Cam, he told him he looked like a gorilla with rabbit teeth.
And that wasn't even a bar. He was just talking to him.
No, that was a bar. That was a bar.
God.
You look like a gorilla with rabbit teeth. Curtis. Show some courtesy, Curtis. Oh, man, bro. Cam was so disrespectful on Curtis, but I enjoyed every last bit of it, man. And the diss song he had against Hove, yeah, Cam goes down in history as one of the most
talking about you an 80s baby.
You was born in 69,
rocking
Sean Cletas with jeans on.
you was what did he say? You was 30 in 1980.
How you gonna be the king of New York rocking Sean Cletas with jeans on? You ain't the only one with big wallets. Hollet, some, and your publishing should go to Miss Wallace.
Yo, see now the thing is, yes, he had, he was in a beef with them dudes, but he was having fun on the mic.
That's why I loved it, man. Killer was just, because in Harlem, Harlem is one of them towns, man. Like I think each section of all the boroughs in New York, they have their own flavor, and I think Harlem guys, they think they the flyest.
Oh, come on!
But Big L was like my favorite guy, and Big L was like probably the most disrespectful rapper of all time. Like some of the stuff he said in his bars were very disrespectful, and you couldn't even imagine like a person thinking this way. But Cam was like, man, G, we came up on Lenox Ave, and when you come up on Lenox, you got to have tough skin because niggas will ride you.
Oh, you walking down the streets, you getting choked.
They will ride you like none other. So it makes sense why Killer was able to make those diss songs. And like you said, even he was so disrespectful, but he was so funny at the same time is because that was the background that they had coming up in Harlem. So, yeah, I had to, man, dude, I ran it back like 3 times. I was in the crib in absolute tears. I know CP was like, what the hell is wrong? Because it was like almost midnight. I don't know how I ended up on Killer Cam Curtis.
And of course, 50, another New York mug. You know what I mean? The way he used to go at Ja.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that you, Irv?
See, but
I smell.
Yeah. See, now they was on some street. They was on some street.
He was
that
coming
was
at his
street
head.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, do something about it, fam.
Yeah, they had an actual altercation with knives and all types of stuff. So that was something different. Cam and Hove and Cam and
what
50.
was that? Young Buck in it? Who got stabbed or whatever?
One of the guys from Murder Inc. I think got stabbed. Or 50 might have got stabbed. I'm not sure who got stabbed, but they ran in. I think the Murder Inc. guys ran in to the studio where the G-Unit guys were with some knives and stuff, and it got ugly. But yeah, man, that rap Killer Cam, Joe Curtis, man. If y'all please go listen to that and laugh. And then he called him JJ. Remember he called Hove JJ Evans. Remember he had the real JJ. You remember the video?
I do. No, vaguely, bro.
He had the real J.J. Evans in the video.
Coming
talking
at
about
Hove.
He looked like Hove.
It's only one Killer Cam, Joe.
But Shock G, Digital Underground, I think Sex Packers might have went platinum.
Do you think he paved the way for personalities like guys like Cam to be themselves and rap?
Yeah,
you think?
I think he definitely, if we can't give him 100% credit, he definitely gets a lot of credit for definitely, paving that lane for guys to, find alter egos or just, like you said, just be themselves and have fun while you're doing this, man, because it's a business and the business can definitely ruin, the creative part of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to remember, it's like sports, music, all of these things, the business side of it, you want to create, you want to perform, but when that big money is involved, you can kind of forget and get caught up in the matrix and forget what got you here and why you're here. And it's because it's creativity and it's fun. So,
bro, one last thing on Shock, and this is just over the last, few hours. Some of the videos and interviews I've been able to see of him. I didn't know how close him and Pac were all the way to the end of his life. And that story that he told at the Grammys, on the Grammys red carpet a few years ago. This is Shock talking about the last time he saw Pac.
Okay.
And it was at a club right before he went to Vegas. He said he pulled Pac outside and was like, bruh, I just got word that it's, they tried to kill you twice already, and it's 4 more people that have already been paid to kill you, waiting on you in Las Vegas. And he was like, you need to lay low. While I'm on tour, because I guess Shock was about to go on tour, stay in my crib. And he said, after he got done talking, Pac said, are you done, Shock? Are you done talking? Because I don't know if you get it yet, but I don't care, bro. I know what's in front of me. And he said he walked away after that, and right before he got out of sight, he turned around and looked at Shock like, gave him the nod.
I'll holler at you on the other side.
Exactly. And that's exactly what Shock said after that. He said Pac knew what was going on. He wasn't afraid. And from that, he learned that he shouldn't be afraid of death. So,
wow.
Yeah, man. Really powerful, beings. I feel like that, like you said, at that time, it really kind of changed the landscape of the world. You know what I mean?
But look, when you think about it, think about Biggie, ready to die.
Man,
and he wasn't saying like I'm ready to die, but he was like, these are the thoughts that are going through my head.
He heard the song, man. He was, I'm ready to die.
Yeah, suicidal thoughts and all of those different songs. Like, as great of a lyricist and as much as
that song,
vivid of pictures that
bro.
Biggie painted, it was like when you think about just the titles of these albums, Life After Death, it was like the premonition. It was like,
was it manifestation?
Man.
Even like subconsciously.
Yeah,
you know what
man.
I mean? I remember that's the first talk my parents had with me about music when they saw I had Ready to Die and knew all the words.
I can only imagine.
The lyrics and suicidal thoughts. You know what I mean? And I knew him because, of course, he was flowing. You know what I mean? But yeah, what he was saying was so heavy. And my dad had to look at me like, all right, bro, I don't know if I can let you listen to this one. And I'm like, gee, what's wrong with Big? You know what I mean? But, man, the messages in it, were definitely for Biggie to be so young, heavy, So, yeah, that was a wild time in hip-hop.
Yeah, and then you think about Pop.
See, now, that's one of the more interesting, like, maturations in hip-hop. I feel like the beginning of Pac, from the same song video when they
all
came
around the world.
Yeah, Joe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Shock, Joe. Like, taught Pac how to be an entertainer, man.
Yeah, a showman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. But then what was Pac's, the songs with Jodeci, How Do You Want It? Like, he just became a master of his craft,
and
bro.
See, that was late, like you said, the Tupacalypse Now.
Oh, yeah. All the way to All Eyes on Me, Pac.
Yeah, man. It was like
now
you
I gotta just push these out. I'm with Suge now.
Yeah, yeah. It's a different ball game now. Suge came and got me out the joint. I guess he felt like he owed his life to Suge and was gonna be on the front lines for Death Row, taking them strays however they came. And it was, Pac was just a different dude. Like, and I love Pac. Like, I wasn't Pac. I love Pac. Like, I wouldn't say he was in my top 5, but I love Pac. So just seeing, like I said, Tupacalypse Now. I can't think of the third album before
Strictly For My Niggas.
Strict Boy.
Yes, sir.
Maybe that was the second album, because the third one I think was the with Tears and
yeah. That was I was looking at the discography yesterday, bro.
Hold on.
You want to know what's funny, Gino? If I had to like trace the beginning of my hip hop like life to when I started really paying attention, it had to be like the Defs.
Me Against the World.
Me Against the World. Me Against the World.
So many good. But that's what I'm saying. With the obviously the lyrics and the man, but the sound, like the growth of the sound, because Tupacalypse Now is strictly underground, hard, they claim that I'm violent just because, the message, he started to grow as an artist. So strictly for my niggas, it was kind of, you could see him take that step. Like he went from the underground, Afeni's son, to, okay, now
I'm
an
the
artist.
son of a former Black Panther.
Yeah, now I'm an artist who's trying to put out records. I'm jumping into movies. I'm trying to grow. Then Me Against the World, the sound kind of exploded. Now he's
I got hella fans.
He became more, I wouldn't say thoughtful, but the message became clearer, like what he was trying to get across.
And at the same time, he was going through more stuff.
He was. As he grew, he started to be out there more,
Tupac
more
Shakur,
accessible. Exactly. Fuck the police. All of that.
Spitting on them. Oh, yeah.
Then, like you said, All Eyes on Me.
And that's the blood. You know what I mean? That's the Thug Life. You know what I mean?
And then the Thug Life album.
Oh,
like
man.
How Long Will They Mourn Me and oh man, Pac had a lot of songs. It was a lot of Pac songs that I didn't necessarily need.
That's one of the most polarizing things about him.
Pac had so many songs.
I remember his mom saying it was a point where she had to tell him to stop working, like you're working like a slave, fam.
Bro, I had Machiavelli 8.
Machiavelli 8? Come on.
We had Machiavelli 1, 2, 3. I think it might have skipped one, so we had Machiavelli 5, Machiavelli 7.
I remember that Machiavelli album, that what was that? The first track after he passed away, Run Quick, See What Do We Have Here Now? Gee, that video used to scare the hell out of me as a shorty. Bro.
What was that on Machiavelli?
Yeah, that Machiavelli, the first one, and it was like, what was like the tagline after this is the album where you get the side profile of him with the shirt off. That one.
Not the 7-Day Theory, the Don Illuminati.
Yeah, Don Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video right there with the spirits.
Oh, Hail Mary.
Oh yeah, oh my God, bro.
Come with me.
Yeah, I feel like that all of that was at the beginning of when we started to really pay attention to rap. You know what I mean? Hail Mary that was probably like one of the first songs we were like really like, okay, this is Pop.
And he was like a lot of songs on that album. Hail Mary, To Live and Die in L.A., Blasphemy.
In L.A. See, I remember
White Man's World.
Oh, come on.
Me and My Girlfriend.
Against
All Odds, man. Machiavelli was.
Against All Lies up in the studio.
Getting blowed.
Come on.
Oh, man. Pac was that dude, man. Anybody that say Pac wasn't that dude, you're a liar and a fraud.
Man, Joe, it's crazy we've lived through the era of these greats. I honestly, I can't think of any musician that's as impactful as guys like Shock G, Biggie, Pac,
Yeah.
Guys don't have that impact, and maybe I'm sounding a little, ahead of my time, but I can't think of too many rappers that have that impact. Even my favorite rapper, Spitter, I feel like is a product.
Oh, come on, man.
Spitter
is a clear product. Every guy you just named, Spitter has Spitter. They played a part in Currency's life, no doubt.
Yeah, man. So how do we
he's
get
of that age?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so how does music get back to a point where
it's over?
It's no more originators.
No, it's over.
See, I feel like that's why I'm more of a Young Thug fan now, Joe. Because like I've been spinning slime language too. It's like, who is this T, bro? You know what I mean? But I appreciate the originality of the man,
But then everybody's tried to emulate,
He got a bunch of sons, and I feel like at this point they all embrace the fact that they're Young Thug sons,
Yeah, I just took it as, and we're going to take our noon break after this, but when Rome J was running down all them tracks yesterday, I had no idea what he was talking about.
I was laughing.
I felt bad
on the other side.
Because people look to me to be like, man, Joe, you heard this? And I'm like, no, I don't even know who that is.
That's why I was happy that you handled that one, because I was like,
because Polo G, I am up on Polo. I follow Polo G. Like I said, I follow his mom.
See, now he's with a lot. You know what I mean? I seen him with Merc.
Exactly. Exactly. And he's industry.
Yeah.
So it's easy to kind of keep up with those guys. And shout out to Dirk and Herbo and all the other guys.
Oh, is Dirk the biggest rapper in the game right now?
Man.
Yeah, every time I look up, he got a song with somebody.
Keep his nose clean. Shout out to my boy Ola Ali, man. My Mount Carmel brother. We are MC class of 94. Dirk's manager, keeping Dirk out of trouble, keeping his nose clean, keeping him moving, and keeping them hits coming. So shout out to them guys. And, man, Dirk, keep doing what you're doing, man. Stay out of trouble. Herb, you do the same. All our Chicago guys do the same. R.I.P. to Shock G.
Yes.
I see the guys in the comments, man, talking about the Pac songs. Kenneth Steele said, pour out a little liquor. Big Bro said, straight balling. Darius Thomas said, smile with Scarface with Pac. Come on, man.
Yo, one of my favorite songs, straight up.
Man, so much heat, man. So,
yeah,
that's man.
Our boy on there, too, singing, laying the vocals down.
Who?
From Crucial Conflict.
Cold Hard?
The mug singing on there that just passed away a few years ago.
Johnny P?
Johnny P.
Oh, man.
Yeah, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Another Johnny P is legendary, man.
Come on, Joe. Classic.
Guys losing their lives, man. Shout out to all our fallen soldiers, our hip-hop pioneers, man. We got much love for y'all, and we're going to make sure these shorties coming up continue to keep it funky and keep the legends alive, man. So with that being said, Ron Rilla is going to take us a break. When we come back on the other side, man, let's talk sports. The Bulls actually look decent. No, I really have a hard time saying that.
Look, record that and cut it up and save it.
Hey, Ron Rilla, let's go. No, we go on the break, man. You on the soil with the big.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing Black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
My brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. Yeah, no bullshit at the pulpit with questions for the reverend, like why I gotta die to go to heaven, or are these lies and deception a sign of what's next, to deny my progression to my soul through my spirit from my mind and my flesh. You be hard pressed to alter my perspective. It's reflective of my perception. All the lives and the tribes that's affected, dying quick, effects from environments neglected. Disconnected, disrespected, this the same section we never invest in. Our own sales from our own shells, become owners on our own, to get on with our own help. Yeah, creators of our own world, communicate, we accumulated our own wealth. Created in this image, so when I say it, I meant it. Do the science for yourself. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. Can you dig that though? And I put this on my mama, like Madonna, Mother Earth, Mother Africa. I'm honored to be a part of where it started, selling Starburn through the stardust on my starship. My heartbeat is godly. I'm the light harness from the darkest part of darkness. Such a godsend. I teach my son to treat your daughter like a goddess. I teach my daughter to treat your son like a god king. I can never deny my fate. My melanated skin tells my story every day. Fortunately, my fortune awaits. Majority of the world, minority in the States. Yeah, we blossom from the concrete. The world copies what they see, then mocks my mystique. The possibilities impossible to see. The ways of Western man can match the prophets of the East. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. Young brother, young king, you're a genius. Young sister, young queen, supreme beings.
All you gotta do is believe it.
Yes, sir.
Young brother, young king, you're a genius. Supreme being. What'd he say, man? All you gotta do is believe it.
Yes, sir. And you know what? I feel like when we're here at the West Center for the Black People Media Studios, we're around a bunch of people that believe in the mission. You know what I mean? So definitely, once again, shout out to everybody that's been grinding on our side. Ron, everybody on the
manager man.
Yeah, man, you've been growing here, bro.
Hey, Ron Rilla, we gonna have to use the Dame Lillard meme when we talk about you, man. Put some respect on my name, man.
Yes, sir, man. It's something to be said for a dude like yourself that's not afraid of the work, man. You get all my respect, bro.
Yeah, so, I always saying yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gino, what's going on? You said something before the break. I can't.
Nah.
The Bulls.
I
ain't
man. Gonna take it back. But before we
talk about
the Bulls,
those guys.
Another RIP, man. Terrence Clark, the young kid from Kentucky. And it's wild because Kentucky did not have a good year this year. They were getting whooped on a lot. But the couple of games that I did see, the two standout players that I noticed immediately were B.J. Boston, Brandon Boston. He played at Sierra Canyon with Lil Wade and
that's when that
squad.
Yeah, I feel like at this era, you catch on to these kids a lot younger.
Yeah.
Definitely seeing them in high school and all of that.
Yeah.
You know?
And the other kid was that kid, Terrence Clark. And it was crazy because they were saying the day before he passed in the car accident, he had just signed with Rich Paul in Clutch Sports. And he was going to announce that he was entering the NBA draft, and he was cold. So he was definitely going to get drafted, and he was going to surprise a lot of people who were not familiar with his name and his game. So, man, I heard that Brandon Boston was actually in the car behind him and witnessed the whole thing.
I didn't hear that. I thought they were in the same car.
No, they say B. Boston was in the car following him. And I can only imagine what he's going through.
And I read that Terrence Clark's mom,
she was there.
She was there and was was in the ambulance with him. I guess that's when he passed, bro. But man, it's just it's horrible. I was speechless on this one yesterday, bro. Definitely was digging into the draft, and looking at prospects, and I had seen homie talked about a few times and had seen other NBA players talk about him. You know what I mean? I guess he was from Boston.
Yeah, they said he was about to be a Boston legend. Like I saw Brad Stevens, the head coach of the Celtics, he's like stopped his press conference mid-sentence and expressed his condolences to the family, and he talked about how much his son looked up to this guy. So that says a lot. And then they were saying like he worked out with Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and all of those guys. So
So yeah, man, it's I feel like, you know, especially for young black men, bro, the dreams we start with is usually you want to hear your name called on NBA draft day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and he was right on the cusp of that, and it's definitely very sad to see his journey cut short. And definitely praying for everybody that was involved and invested in his life. And Gino, real quick, that's one of the things that I feel like I've gotten a greater respect for since we did, since we started doing the bigs, is the tribes, that go into, that invest into these young athletes, bro. You know what I mean? It's definitely not just a kid and, just one person. You know what I mean? It's usually a huge group of people that are pouring into these kids in order to get them to that next level. So I'm sure it is nothing short of devastating, for everybody that was involved over there. And I'm definitely, praying for those guys,
Yeah, likewise, man. Also, Bears defensive lineman from that classic 85 Bears squad, Steve McMichael.
Yeah, man.
ALS.
Yeah, man. What, I forget, they like stage 4 or something.
They say he's declining quickly, man.
Man, the picture, did you see the picture of him with JP today?
No. Where is it? It's on Twitter?
It's on JP's Twitter page, but it don't look like Mongo. You know what I mean? He looking like Tom Waddle. He's looking like a skinny dude.
I have one picture of Steve McMichael in my head.
Exactly. I mean, the NW, you know what I mean? The huge mug. You know what I mean? And Gene, I thought you were going to, until you said the Super Bowl, I thought you were going to talk about Geno Hayes, who spent, I think, 2010 on the Bears, but he's in hospice and in grave condition.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man. And he's only 33, bro. So
wait a minute. I'm looking at, so this is JP saying this was going, he's one of the best storytellers. This was us going back to, okay. So this video of him is fairly new.
They did an interview where JP was who he announced that he was sick to this morning. So, it was an exclusive for JP and WGN because, I feel like we've been around JP. We know how close he is to those guys.
He says, Bears fans, this was a tough one for me. Steve is my football uncle and my last football coach back in 2010. Mongo, Joe.
Yeah, man. So, man, it's tough, man. And another year where we just, man, like you said earlier, losing some of the people that we grew up looking up to.
Tough, man. Tough, man. And one more before we get into it, man. Prayers out to our boy, head coach at Bogan, man. Goody, Arthur Goodwin, man.
What's going on, Gino?
Ken Rock told me yesterday that he had a stroke.
Man. I mean,
and Goody is one of the, we got much love for like all of the guys, Nick and Ty Slaughter, much love to Rob and all of the coaches that we've come across.
That's with open arms instantly.
But Goody, man, it was something about Goody that drew us.
You know what it is, you know what I mean? He was, he grew up, Chicago.
On the soil. Like if there was a definition of growing up on the soil, Goody is the poster child.
And then I talked about, I just said about these people that pour into these kids. Nobody pours more than Goody, into his bunch.
Goody definitely gets the most out of those kids.
Man, and just has his way. And I haven't seen a kid that came up under him that doesn't love him, Joe.
Right.
I
hate tough love. That tough love. I mean, you know how we do growing up in the hood. A lot of those kids don't have dads.
And if they, and if they have anybody to look up to, it's usually a basketball coach.
Exactly. And Goody
embraces that.
Yeah. And he comes from that same background that most of those kids that go to Bogan that play for his team come from. So they're able to relate, even though he's generations older, but they're still able to relate because Goody can come right down to their level and get them to realize, like, man, look, ain't nothing you doing or thinking you doing I haven't done or been through.
Facts. So
listen to me and you'll come out a better player and a better kid and a better citizen.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, man, Goody, man.
Goody, bro. You know that last message was one that it was probably one of the messages that resonated most of me when I was playing high school basketball. Coach Terry.
Shout out to Coach Terry.
You know, Terry Johnson. We used to kind of, try to cut corners on, on
No,
conditioning,
sir.
and
No,
he stopped
sir.
us. He's like, y'all can't trick a trickster. I done it all, fam. You know what I
Ain't
mean?
nothing slick to a can of oil.
Oh, all of that. You know what I mean? So he was like, gee, I didn't seen it all. You can't cut no corners with me, bro.
Yeah.
And that it resonated with me and impacted me. You know what I mean? And I know that is the message to most athletes. You know what I mean? You can't cheat the game. And I feel like Goody is one of the guys, one of the good ones that we have in this city, man. We gotta lift him up, man, and send prayers up for our boy.
All day. Shout out to Goody, man. Shout out to Ken Rock.
Yeah, man.
Now, you want to talk Bulls, man, or you want to talk, what do you want to talk, man?
You know what? I and this is maybe a confession, but the Bulls game last night is probably the most of the Bulls I've seen since the trade deadline, Joe. I mean, I know that they traded for Vooch. They got rid of some of the stink that's been on the team for too long. But for some reason, it still didn't make me want to sit on the couch and see red.
At all.
You know what I mean? But yesterday, I feel like I got a chance to do it, and maybe it's because it wasn't a bunch of NBA games. Honestly, Gino, I've had a much better time watching other teams this year. I feel like every NBA season, Joe, I have a different trend, when it comes to the games that I watch. And honestly, I've loved watching the big guys this year, Joel Embiid, Joker, Big Val, Cantor over there in Portland. Those have been my favorite teams to watch, So I sat down and it kind of hit me. I'm like, the Bulls got a decent big guy now.
No, Vooch is definitely, man, super decent, Joe.
Oh, the man is nasty, low key.
And he's throwback. Even though he will step out and shoot the three, he will
gonna
play
fund-
that
he
high
gonna
post.
fund- oh.
But he's a
In the
he's
post,
a
he
dog
got
down
classic
low.
fundamentals.
Yeah, that jump hook. He got a lefty hook. He
can
got
hook you
he
and
can
get to the
step
rim.
out.
Oh, yeah.
He gonna get you 9-10 rebounds. He can finish all over the floor. It's definitely good to see that. I wouldn't call him throwback, but just good to see a big guy.
He's a little new age.
Yeah,
but you see, you know what? He didn't make a bunch of mistakes.
That's one thing he's not gonna do.
Yeah,
He's not gonna make. He doesn't do
know?
that. The only thing with Vooch is defensively. He's just not.
Whew.
And I mean,
on defense is
it's Olay.
Anybody wants some,
but that's 98% of the league. So I'm not really holding him. This team defense is the big thing in the NBA. But like you said, the Bulls have turned into that team. Like, we're the team now that you only watch for the stars for the other team, or if it's just ain't nothing else on to watch. So luckily, not even luckily, we had that interview with Rome J, so I decided to just post up at the crib and not go to Wrigley last night. So I watched the game from the crib. So I was just going back and forth from Marquee to NBC Sports and flipping back and forth. So one thing that I noticed was the player Kobe White. Now, since Zach LaVine hasn't been around,
he had an extra something going on last night.
You know what he said? He said Mo Cheeks has been on his heels.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
And I've been, remember we said this at the beginning of the day. I've been waiting on this.
Thank you, Gino. I thought the exact same thing. It took a long, maybe it didn't take a long time for Mo Cheeks to have his impact on these guys, but it's the first time we're hearing about it all year, honestly.
Chris Williams says, shout out to C-Dub. He says they look better without Zach.
I definitely want to ask you about that.
Okay.
But on the issue of Kobe White and Mo Cheeks, and what Kobe said was that Mo Cheeks told him, I don't care about that last game, bro. Can you be consistent?
Who cares about the last game, Joe? After you get done talking about that last game, it's over. We got another game in less than 24 hours,
and that's
Joe.
all that matters. Yeah, I mean, and it sounds like Kobe needed a mentality shift in order to understand what consistency in the NBA is. It's every single night, bro. Not a couple games a week like in college. Now, we need this every night.
And also, being the point guard. Like, the point guard position has, I don't want to say, people love, it's certain words that people use, evolved. Like, is that the word that you want to use about? It's changed.
Yeah, man. Just the responsibilities of the point guard have changed. Yeah.
So it's not that old traffic cop guy that comes up the court, directs the offense, passes the ball, and then don't get it back. You know, either passes, lets the guard or the small forward do their thing, or dump it down to the big man and then go to the other side and get it back and knock down a jumper. That's not the point guard anymore. The point guard, most of the time on a lot of these teams, we name them all the time, Dame, Steph, Kyrie, Russ. These guys are score first.
Yeah.
You're going to get 8 assists a game, but just because you got a high usage rate. You're the guy with the ball most of the time.
Facts. And you're initiating the offense. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, because I feel like the change became when you wanted your point guard to, like, penetrate. Like, I don't want you to stand at the top of the key and direct traffic. Like, you need to at least get to the free throw line and kick it out.
You know, and this is the thing, and this is, even when we talk about Steph, it's like you have to think about the schemes that these teams play with. Some teams have great coaches. Some teams have great offensive minds that allow their best offensive players to be at their best. I think Steve Kerr in the Golden State Warriors offensive scheme has allowed Steph Curry to do what he does at an exponential rate. If Steph was playing in some random offense, he could still get 30. I'm not taking nothing away from Steph, but the offensive scheme that Golden State has built over the years has played so much into what Steph has been able to do. And now let's not get it twisted. Steph is in tip-top shape. It takes so much to do what he does on a nightly basis. Screen, down pick. You know, so that's something else. But when you think about these schemes, that's what leads to these offenses. So when you look around the league and you look at the way these different guys play, I think Russ can we've only seen Russ play one way, but I think Russ can only play one way. If Russ had to play in a Golden State type of offense, like that won't bode well for him. That's not putting him in his best position to succeed. Russ is a guy who needs to freestyle. He needs to be able to go up and down at 100 miles per hour and make plays on the run. You look at Dame, the Portland Trailblazers offensive scheme with Terry Stotts. Terry Stotts is a great offensive mind, and I think he's done a great job of executing what they do. They shoot a lot of threes when they live. They're the classic live by the three, die by the three. So I think it allows C.J. McCollum the freedom to get 30 a game, because that's who he is.
Exactly.
Dame,
you can create your own offense, bro. Just get you the ball.
You clear it out, get money.
You can see,
and you'll make C.J. McCollum can make a play as well. He's great at scoring, but he can make a play as well. But when you look at Dame is a guy who can score the ball. He can run the team. He can do all of those things, but I think what he excels best at is the way Terry Stotts allows him to play. So I think that's what a lot of people don't understand when they look at these guys and they see Steph going for 40 for 10 games, or they see Kyrie getting 38, or they see Russ with 8 triple-double, whatever the case may be. You got to look who, Russ?
No, Kobe White.
I think he had like 18s and 7. But going back to Kobe White, because this is where it started, I was saying that to say Kobe White's been a scorer all his life. He's the number one scorer in North Carolina high school history. He went to North Carolina, played 1 year under Roy Williams.
Yes, bro.
They didn't really play point like a point. They ran up and down and scored.
He was the offensive threat on the team.
Like, now when you get to the league, and
I need you to.
Most of these guys at the one are better than Kobe White.
Facts.
84% of the time he goes up against a starting point guard in the league, they're going to be better than him. So it took Mo Cheeks stepping in, because we know Mo Cheeks played with Barkley, Moses,
one of the best point guards, you know what I mean,
of all time.
Yeah.
Like Mo Cheeks had to find his niche, and that was defensively, but also, like you said, consistency, bro. Consistency. It's not about the points. It's not about the assists. It's not about the turnovers. Because like you said, Just don't make the same turnover twice.
Yeah, and you need to bring it every night.
Every night.
See, now, here's what I saw from Kobe yesterday, and I feel like it's totally to what you were just saying, bro. The Bulls have needed not only a point guard, but they've needed another scorer, especially now that Zach is out. And he was aggressive than a mug last night. Like, the man was honestly got big a couple of times, and I didn't know that he had that in him. And I'm like,
who?
Kobe White.
Oh, did you see him go upstairs?
Yeah, Joe, he went up strong. And I'm like, if you have that, then I need that every single time. I need that style. I need that mindset every single time down the floor on offense from Kobe White. I feel like he's gotten too often he's been timid and kind of like fades away from the spotlight. It's like, bruh.
Why do you think? Do you think Zach?
See, I think that part of it may be coaching, what he's being coached to do from Billy Donovan with Zach while Zach is there, but at the same time, I mean, it's enough balls for two. It's enough for you, Zach and Vooch, bro.
I agree.
And while you're getting tick, you need to be as aggressive as possible with these guys. You know what I mean? It's not a defensive team. This is an offensive team.
And an offensive
Get aggressive.
Lead.
Yeah.
And you know who else I want to see?
Who?
Patrick Williams, bro.
What's going on with Pat, Joe? Like,
it's that classic rookie syndrome. I think he's kind of falling back a little bit.
But why? Because I feel like he fell back at a time when everybody was like calling him to be more aggressive.
But remember when I told you at the beginning of the year when I asked him about his goals and like rookie of the year and first team all rookie and all of those things, and he was like, man, I ain't, that don't matter to me. My success is team. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, bro, but nah. That's not what I want to hear from my rookie. I want to hear like, I'm going to be a dog. Yeah, hell yeah, I want to be first team all NBA, all rookie. First team, whatever, rookie. And I wasn't feeling that personally. I'm going to be honest with you. I like Pat Williams. I think he's a dog in training. But what I'm seeing now is exactly why I didn't like what I heard.
Yeah, it's a little bit too passive.
Yeah, way too passive. You should be there's no reason Patrick Williams should not have 10 to 12 field goal attempts a game.
You were the number 4 pick in the draft.
Come on, bro.
Real talk, if I was in the league, that's all you got to say to me. I was number 4 pick in the draft. I'm going to go a little, I'm going to do a little more with this.
And now that Zach is out, I'm getting 16 up a game.
Thank you.
However they got to come.
And nobody would be mad at that's what we want to see, Pat. But, he's got to grow into it. He is the youngest dude in the league. So, I guess that's one of the things that he's going to have to learn that, hey, man, the world is yours, bro.
The world is yours,
Take advantage of these moments, bro.
When do the Bulls play next? Do you know?
I believe the Bulls play tomorrow.
You know who and where?
I don't know. I think they're on the road. Real quick.
Because we're going to take our 12:30 break.
I got it. What's the Bulls play tomorrow versus the Heat in Miami?
The Bulls take an L in Miami tomorrow night. Not sure if Jimmy Butler is playing, but Bam Adebayo, Kendrick Nunn, and the rest of the Miami Heat will be there.
That's enough.
Hey, man, if the Bulls can go down to Miami, stay out the strip clubs, stay off of Ocean Drive.
That ain't happening.
And stay out of the way. Hope Sterling Brown is okay. Sterling Brown got into an altercation this week.
Man.
Something happened in Miami at the strip club or something.
They rolled down on the man.
Yeah, so stay away from that. Stay out of trouble, guys. Go down to Miami with a clear head, and let's see if we can pull out a W tomorrow. So we're going to take our 12:30 break. Ron Riller's going to take us out of here. When we come back on the other side, man, y'all know on Wrigley days, man, 120 games, I got to bounce early, man, because I need to be there for the first pitch. So we're going to give y'all about 10 more minutes. Any questions on the other side, man, holler at the brothers. But when we come back on the other side, we got about 10 more minutes. So Ron Riller, take us to break. You're on the soil with the bigs.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
If you didn't catch the last page in the Book of Dawn, here's what you missed. So you found that, but you also, during those times, made a conscious decision to create a base for yourself outside of the Isleys or the great artists that you tour with. And from that, the Mo Fitz Project was born. Can you tell us how and why you did the Mo Fitz Project?
Let me tell you something. I had been touring since I was 17. And what happened was Eve, your girl Eve, was doing different events around town. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was right on 47th Street.
Yeah, I think it was Blue 47 or
yeah, one of those spots. So Eve was doing something with them. So they were like, we're hiring bands. I was like, I'm going to put something together and go play local. Let me do that. And through that situation from Eve, the Mo Fitz Project was birthed. I was like, oh, okay, this would be great to actually come home and put quality guys together and make music locally outside of the touring. I just found another joy in it. And crazy, remember Terrence came up with the Mo Fitz.
Oh, did TK? Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Terrence was like, you need to call it the Mo Fitz, Reese D. Mo Fitz. Use your name. This is how that name came about. It was Terrence Kane and my girl Eve Bridgeworth. She was the launching pad for that. And then she would hire me to do different events. And she started hiring me to do weddings and stuff she was doing. And then it just kind of birthed into that.
Don't forget to tune in weekdays, 9 a.m. to the Book of Dawn from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Roll Tide.
This is it. Day one. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher, my passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher, trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is, it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking, looking straight till I'm decent, at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing and sessions off, walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that's the mess. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, in an instant, friendships in quick in the music business. It used to be just music, now it's just business. The relentless pursuit for loot, dividends and interest, hidden agendas, leaving you defenseless against them. Not to mention intentions to benefit from you penning authentic sentences. Shit for the spinach, niggas that did it. Listen, while you scribbling, picturing images of living on premises, surrounded by fences and different women in silky linens, bending and grinning, intended rentals, you slipping, cause these Vicks is out.
We are back from the home stretch.
Hey, Ron Rilla, let that play for a second. Listen to the bars, man.
And shit ain't really changed beside the amount of change the game. Famous names so these lames get front. So I change the game. See my future through the blunt smoke. So high, looking at my future through the blunt smoke.
Hey, we can chop it up, get our profits up with this dust. If you just rotate with me. It's not a song, we trying to put y'all on to what we on, man. Yes, so just rotate with us, man.
No, I love that line, Joe.
Rotate with us, Joe. Shout out to the great ML, man.
Yes, sir.
What you got, man?
Gino, man, this is the home stretch here to close it out so we can get you to Wrigley on time. Oh, gotta shout out.
Birthday shout.
Gotta show some love to my man, Joe, my cousin. Man, it's one of my youngest cousins, man, but it's one of the guys I got the most love for on this earth, man. My man, Dorian Lewis, 25 years old today.
Dorian,
I held this man.
Dorian, an old Mog.
He a grown man out here, G. He handles his. I got nothing but love for him. I held this man when he was fresh out. Well, not fresh out of the womb because, of course, I got to tell you, he was, I think, 3 months premature. This is a miracle baby we talking about. The man fit like this, my cell phone in my hand. Like, literally, like, no bigger than a football. And now this man is out here grinding, you know, for his last name and doing it as only he can, doing it his way. So I definitely got to show some love and tell my mans, happy birthday, kid. Hella proud of you, Joe.
Much love to you, Dorian. Straight up.
But on that note, Gino, what you got to close us up out of here, bro? We got a word for the day. What we got?
You know we ain't getting out of here without the word of the day, man. But I think I found something, man. The people been asking, so at the Bigs, man, we are our first tagline, man, the voice of the people for the people, but most importantly by the people. I think we need to bring that back, man. I think that might actually.
Yes.
I got an idea, T. That might be the Bigs T-shirt, man.
Like, come on, it's only right. Tee. Oh, come on, G, it's only right. The original, come on.
But the people have been blowing me up the last few days talking about we need a segment for sports betting on the soil, and I know we had our segment at the end of the kickoff kickback where we did our little rundown of the Sunday games. But I think we need to add that, maybe if it's just a little 5-minute segment where we, give our parlay picks or we give our pick of the day or whatever. But I think I got it, man. Remember I said we need a segment called Is It Uchiwali or Is It One Mic?
Yes, sir.
I think that could be our parlay segment or our FanDuel or DraftKings, whoever wants to sponsor the segment.
Come on, man. Speak our language.
But, so I think we're going to add that sooner than later to the show. But with that being said, man, we definitely have our word of the day before we get out of here. I don't know where Ron Rilla went.
Bathroom break.
But he needs to be a part of this word of the day before we get out of here. But what else is going on sports-wise, man?
Man, the NFL draft is around the corner next week.
Brian Pace will jag the Bears, Schmitty.
I don't even know what's going on with the Bears. Maybe we'll bring our boy Joe Lewis on the soil next week to kind of bring us up to speed with what's been going on, because I told you after the Russell Wilson fiasco, count me out. They don't exist in my world right now. Right. So I don't even know what football in Chicago is. So maybe I'll know next week.
Joe Lewis, 137 years old.
Yeah, 137 years old. Been watching the Bears lose his whole life.
Oh, man, you ain't never met no Frank Sinatra.
Classic, bro.
What else, man?
You know what, Gino, real quick? I'm debating on if I'm going to hit the movie theater tomorrow morning, because I really want to check this Mortal Kombat movie out.
Man, ain't it on HBO Max?
It's on HBO Max. Like, if I went home, I could watch it right now. But I'm a Mortal Kombat kid, G. Like,
man,
I want the full movie experience, Joe.
Man,
like,
if you don't sit down somewhere, man.
I'm debating. I'm torn, bro. It's like, yes, I can do my thing. I can roll up. I can, and do Mortal Kombat. But you know me, I'm gonna be lit. Lit up in it. Come on, G. It ain't gonna change for me. But I'm leaning towards the couch. But I feel like the movie theater is knocking on my mental door, Joe. It's been telling me, come on, T. We miss you.
Come on now, T.
Don't you want some popcorn?
Sit down.
So we'll see. I may have to take it in from the couch, bro. See, Gino always talking sense into me. Probably
man,
just saved me.
Just be cool for a minute, man. Be cool.
Oh, I see. Mick said you got mail, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, ML, Joe, I got something. When my brain, I got me and you, we got a special bond, bro. So, anytime that the Mick Luda comes up in my brain capacity, man, I think I got an idea for it. So when I check my mail, I'm going to definitely holler at you, because the people have been asking, and we got to give the people what they want. And, timeless music should always be, available for the people. So with that being said, I don't know where Ron really is, man. So we're going to get to the word of the day. And
what you got for us, Gino?
Today's word of the day. And again, shout out to Mick, because this is something that Mick put me on more than 10 years ago. We started dictionary.com, subscribe to dictionary.com, and every day they send you a different word of the day. So this is 10 years, 10 plus. Man, me and Mick been plugged in for 20 years, even though we go back to the 90s, but our business and real relationship started in the early 2000s. So we almost 20 in. But
yes, sir.
The word of the day, entelechy.
Entelechy, okay.
Entelechy. Entelechy.
CHY, okay.
It's a noun. Its origin is late Middle English.
Okay.
and it's late 1500s.
Okay.
The realization of potential.
Entelechy. Okay.
The supposed vital principle that guides the development and functioning of an organism or other system or organization. That was deep. The instructor intended to guide all students to discover their own entelechy. The entelechy of a tadpole is to develop into a frog.
Yo, keep our kids alive, bro, so they can experience their own entelechy.
You know, man.
You feel me, Gino?
See, I see you on the podium addressing a crowd of thousands in your future, man.
That means a lot, Gino. That means a lot, bro. I can't front. I see those visions sometimes as well, bro. So, I you know, when you say stuff like that to me, I take it for real. So,
Mom Duke says, "Come on, Terrence and LaRon use it in a sentence." Well, Terrence used it in a sentence. I don't know where LaRon is.
It's bad for him break, man. He in a little boy's room. I get
man,
it.
how long is it?
Ain't no
number one or number two?
You know what? Judging on how long it's been, it may be the two. Because, I mean, you know what I mean?
So he going to have to give him about 30, 45 minutes before somebody else.
30, 45 minutes. And who knows? Maybe that's when, I said what I said will start today. But ain't no telling how long Ron been sitting in that chair, you know?
Ron Rilla, Joe.
Oh, Ron, I'm just realizing we trying to close it out. Ron, we trying to put you on to what we on.
Man, Ron Rilla, you need to rotate with us, bruh. I think I just heard Ron Rilla come back into the building.
We get Ron soon.
So with that being said, Ron Rilla is back in the building. I don't see him, but I hear him. I don't see him, but I hear him. There he is.
Yes, sir.
Can you put entelechy in a sentence for Ron Rilla?
Entelechy. Next time, let us know so we can experience our entelechy of the show. But no, John. I don't know if that ain't no telling how long you've been sitting back there. We know it can be a real emergency, you know?
Yeah, you know, it's always something going on the side.
Ron Rilla, today's word of the day was entelechy. It's a noun, late Middle English, 1500s. The realization of potential, the supposed vital principle that guides the development and functioning of an organism or other system or organization. The entelechy of a tadpole is to develop into a frog. Entelechy. So with that being said, man, the Bigs, you own the soil, another week in the books.
Another one.
I got to rotate early so
Wrigley
I can
in
get
your
to
sights.
Wrigley, man. Cubs coming off a sweep of the New York Mets. The brothers looking to make it a 4-piece spicy. We got the first place Milwaukee Brewers in town. Kyle Hendricks, a.k.a. Poetry in Motion, on the bump for the brothers today. 121st pitch, y'all lock in with me in about 40 minutes. Tonight, the White Sox. We got who? The Texas Rangers in town?
Texas Rangers are on the south side of things. I will be there, though, to hold y'all down.
So make sure y'all lock in with me and T on Facebook, on Twitter, and all your favorite social media outlets because we got y'all covered on Chicago baseball today.
Real quick, I see you tuned in, sis. Thank you so much. My sister-in-law, Peachy Lee.
I see Peachy Lee.
Yes.
Shout out to she calls me boss man, but I'm calling her boss lady.
She's a boss lady.
I absolutely love Shaniqua, man. Bro is a lucky one, bro. You got one, man. So much love to Shaniqua. And, yeah, with that being said, we up out of here, man. Much love to the family members. We appreciate all that you guys, all the love that y'all show us, and there would be no On the Soil, and there would be no The Bigs without y'all. So spread love, show love, stay away from the haters. Circulate the dollar with your people, man. Y'all see my OG Brim. This is another I see Ron Rilla rocking leaders, but hey, man, I got all old school. I see him rocking the Joe Fresh Goods. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
We supporting our own, man, but I got the OG leaders hat right here, man. I don't even know if they even got this one again. So.
Nah, you ain't finding that, Joe.
Shout out to my
Unless
boy.
it's on eBay, somebody flipping it.
Nah, I ain't flipping none of my gear. This is official. But again, show love, spread love, stay away from the haters, circulate the dollar with your people. But more importantly, always keep it player, man. There's a lot of unplayer individuals running rampant around these streets, and y'all got the brothers out here looking bad. So in the words of Chad Butler, a.k.a. the late, great Pimp C.
The Pimp.
Get off the boo-boo.
It's us.
WIIFTBP.
Better. Traffic jam fan. You know it. I'm from the middle of the map. I get around. I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indian, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Same shit everywhere, saw it in the A out on Old Nat. Sucker free suckers can't take the heat, nah they gon' rap. Big dumb cats, big guns clap. Another brother dead, another mother son lap. I'm from the era where the niggas did scrap. Seen the same person shot with two different straps. You don't want this, now you don't want that. Tired of fuck shit, wanna take a nap. I'm a dog on these chicks, just a different cat. Must make at least a M to make an impact. Made just paint the Benz matte black. Fresh head to toe, never wore socks that didn't match. Cause I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Nigga, I get around. I've been there and back. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I get around. I've been there and back. Check. I'm from the middle of the map. I get around. I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indian, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Talking money, shit hit my jack. If it don't make sense, shit I can sense that. Blowing big loud, never